My girlfriend announced on her podcast, "My boyfriend's impotent. Let's discuss why men are so fragile about this." I'm not. 50,000 people heard it. I commented, "Interesting episode." Then I sued her for defamation with medical records proving otherwise. When her podcast sponsors dropped her and her settlement offer wiped out her savings, I, 31 male, was in a meeting when my phone started blowing up. 12 texts in 3 minutes. All from different people. All saying basically the same thing. "Dude, what TFF is wrong with your girlfriend?" Excused myself, checked the texts. Everyone was sending the same link, her podcast. My girlfriend and her 2 friends host this relationship podcast. Gets like 50,000 downloads per episode. 3 sponsors. She makes about $3K a month from it. Always talking about authentic conversations and breaking taboos. Click the link. Episode 184, When Your Man Can't Get It Up, Male Fragility Exposed. My stomach dropped. Put in my earbuds right there in the hallway. Her voice bright and cheerful. "So guys, I need to talk about something. My boyfriend is impotent, like medically cannot perform. And honestly, the most frustrating part isn't the sex, it's how fragile he is about it." Her co-host laughed. "Oh my God, tell us everything." He refuses to even discuss it. We've been together 18 months and I've tried so many times to have an adult conversation about getting help, but he just shuts down. It's textbook toxic masculinity. I stood there frozen. She kept going. Like, "We haven't had sex in a month." A month. Because he can't. And instead of seeing a doctor like a grown man, he just pretends nothing's wrong and gets defensive when I bring it up. 36 minutes. She talked for 36 minutes about my supposed erectile dysfunction. How patient she'd been. How emotionally exhausting it was to date someone so broken and unwilling to fix himself. How women need to stop protecting men's egos. Here's the thing. I'm not impotent. At all. We hadn't been intimate in 3 weeks because she kept saying she was tired or stressed. I'd tried to initiate multiple times. She'd turned me down every time. But apparently, she'd been spinning that into podcast content, and 50,000 people just heard about my alleged sexual dysfunction. Got back to my desk, opened my personal laptop, started searching, found a defamation attorney, free consultation, called immediately, explained the situation while sitting in my car in the parking garage. "Can you prove the statements are false?" he asked. "I can get a doctor's exam. Whatever you need. Do it today. This is actionable, clear defamation. False statements of fact causing reputational harm. But it'll cost you. Retainer is $5,000 up front. When can we file?" "Soon as you get me that medical documentation." "You sure about this? It's gonna get ugly." She told 50,000 people I'm impotent. My coworkers listened to her podcast. My friends just texted me about it. Yeah, I'm sure. Called my doctor from the car. Explained I needed an emergency appointment and why. Receptionist went quiet for a second. Then, "We can fit you in at 4:30. Got the full workup. Physical exam, blood work, the whole thing. Doctor was professional about it, but I could tell she was shocked. Wrote me a letter. Patient shows no signs of erectile dysfunction or related conditions. All tests normal. Drove straight to the lawyer's office. Signed the retainer agreement. Handed over the medical records. How fast can we move on this?" He smiled. "I can have papers filed by Monday. She'll be served by Wednesday." Good. Got home around 8 p.m. She was there cooking dinner like nothing happened. "Hey babe, how was work?" I set my keys down. "Listen to your podcast today." She froze for a second, then turned around, fake concerned expression. "Oh, yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that. You told 50,000 people I'm impotent. I didn't use your name. Your Instagram has pictures of us. Your bio says in a relationship. Everyone knows who you're talking about." She crossed her arms. "It's my podcast. I'm allowed to share my experiences." "Your experiences?" "We haven't had sex because you keep saying you're tired." "Because I can't deal with the pressure of trying when you clearly have issues." "I don't have issues. You made that up." "Oh my God, this is exactly what I was talking about. Male fragility. You can't even admit there's a problem." I grabbed my phone, pulled up my text history, started reading. September 3rd. Me, want to come to bed early? You exhausted? Rain check. September 7th. Me missing you, let's spend tonight in. You long day babe, maybe tomorrow. September 12th. Stop. September 12th. Me, finally home early, you up for? On my period, cramps are bad. She tried to grab my phone, I pulled it back. There's nothing wrong with me. You've been turning me down for weeks, and then you went on your podcast and lied about it to 50,000 people. I didn't lie, I shared my truth. Your truth is a lie, and you monetized it. That's called defamation. Her eyes narrowed. What did you do? Check your podcast comments. Left you one. She grabbed her phone, scrolled, found my comment. Interesting episode. See you in court. Her face went pale. See you in, what does that mean? You'll find out Monday. Are you threatening me? Nope, just stating facts. You defame me publicly. I'm responding legally. She started laughing, like full hysterical laughing. You're going to sue me? Over a podcast episode? Yep. That's insane. What's insane is lying about someone to 50,000 people. What's insane is making money off those lies. What's insane is refusing to take accountability. I'm not taking that episode down. Don't. My lawyer has it downloaded, transcribed, and timestamped. Do whatever you want. She grabbed her keys. You're psychotic. I'm staying at my co-host's place. Cool, I'll have your stuff in storage by Monday. I'll text you the unit number. You can't kick me out. My apartment? My lease? You're not on it? Yeah, I can. She slammed the door so hard the frame cracked. I sat down, hands shaking, called my lawyer. She knows? Yeah, good, let her panic. We serve her Wednesday. Don't contact her until then. Update 1. She got served at her co-host's apartment on Wednesday morning. I know because her co-host immediately posted an Instagram story. My friend is being sued by her ex for speaking her truth. This is what silencing women looks like. The story had 15,000 views in an hour. Comments were split. Half were supportive, half were asking questions. Wait, what did she say? If it's defamation, maybe it's not her truth? You can't just lie about people on podcasts. My phone started ringing. Blocked. Her mom? Blocked. Her co-host? Blocked. Then came the texts from her co-host's phone. You're suing her? Are you kidding? She's having a panic attack all over a podcast episode. You're literally abusing the legal system. I replied once. All communication goes through my attorney. Contact info is on the lawsuit. Thursday morning, 6:43 a.m. My phone rang. Her dad. I answered. Hello? What the hell do you think you're doing? Aggressive. Angry. Suing your daughter for defamation. Over her podcast? Are you serious? She lied about me having a medical condition to 50,000 people. She made money doing it. Yes, I'm serious. She's devastated. Do you have any idea what you're putting her through? Do you have any idea what she put me through? My coworkers heard that episode. My friends texted me about it. She lied about my body to make content. It's her experience. She has a right to share it. She has a right to share true things. She doesn't have a right to make up lies about someone's medical condition and broadcast it for profit. You're trying to destroy her career. She destroyed my reputation. I'm just holding her accountable. He hung up. Called back immediately. I didn't answer. Friday afternoon. The first sponsor pulled out, the meal kit company. Posted on Twitter, we're discontinuing our partnership with podcast name effective immediately. Her co-host posted, a sponsor just dropped us because a man is mad he got called out. Let that sink in. My lawyer sent them a cease and desist within 2 hours. Stop discussing the lawsuit publicly. Stop making false statements about my motivations. Saturday morning, second sponsor gone. The therapy app, Quiet Exit, just removed their ads. By Monday, all 3 sponsors had pulled out. $3,000 monthly income gone. Her mom called me. I let it go to voicemail. You need to stop this right now. Do you understand what you're doing to her? She's barely eating, she can't sleep, and now she's lost her sponsors, all because your ego can't handle a little criticism. I called my lawyer. Can her mom get in trouble for leaving messages like that? Forward it to me. If she keeps it up, we'll send her a cease and desist too. Tuesday morning, her co-host dropped a new emergency episode, When Men Weaponize the Legal System to Silence Women. Didn't name me directly, but came real close. Talked about how defamation lawsuits are used by fragile men to punish women for telling their truth. How a certain lawsuit was actually about control and abuse. The episode got 73,000 downloads, way more than usual. They were monetizing the drama. My lawyer listened to the whole thing. Called me back. This is witness tampering and prejudicing potential jurors. I'm adding the co-host as a defendant for tortious interference and defamation by implication. Can you do that? Watch me. The co-host got served Thursday. Her Instagram story, I'm being sued now too for supporting my friend. This is insane. Her comment section exploded. Some supporters, but a lot of people were turning. Maybe you shouldn't have made a whole episode about an active lawsuit? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. You know you can't just say whatever you want about people, right? Friday morning. Emergency meeting at her lawyer's office. My lawyer got a call. They want to settle, offering $8,000 in a private apology. No. You sure? Settlement saves time and... She lied to 50,000 people. I want a public retraction on her podcast or we go to trial. That's going to cost her everything. The podcast is dead without sponsors. She can't afford. Not my problem. She had options. She could have apologized privately and taken it down when I first asked. She chose to fight. We fight. He called them back. Delivered our counteroffer. $75,000 public retraction episode, admission of falsehood, agreement to never discuss me again. They called it extortionate. We said, see you in court. Update 2 depositions started week 7. My girlfriend had to sit across from my lawyer and answer questions for 6 hours. My lawyer, did you fact-check the statements you made about your boyfriend's alleged impotence? It was my experience. That's not what I asked. Did you verify with medical professionals that he had erectile dysfunction? I don't need a doctor to tell me we weren't having sex. Did he ever tell you he was impotent? No, but it was obvious. Obvious how? We weren't having sex. Did you ask him why? He said he was stressed about work. And you interpreted stressed about work as medically impotent? It was clear what the real issue was. Clear based on what medical training? Her lawyer objected. Didn't matter. The transcript was damning. My deposition was 3 hours, straightforward. Do you have erectile dysfunction? No. How do you know? I got a full medical exam. Doctor confirmed I'm fine, all tests normal. Did you ever tell your girlfriend you were impotent? Never, because I'm not. Why did she think you were? You'd have to ask her. But I have texts showing I tried to initiate intimacy multiple times and she turned me down. Her lawyer tried to argue I was stressed because of sexual issues. My lawyer pulled up my work calendar showing a major project deadline that coincided exactly with the stressful period. We had receipts for everything. Week 10. Her co-host did another episode, update on the lawsuit that's trying to destroy us. Cried on mic about legal fees, about lost sponsorships, about how they might have to shut down the podcast, about how this was every woman's worst nightmare. Still didn't admit the original statements were false. My lawyer added more charges. The co-host was now on the hook for defamation too. She took the episode down within 24 hours. Too late. We downloaded it. Week 12. Her mom showed up at my apartment. Building security called me. There's a woman here demanding to see you, says she's your ex-girlfriend's mother. Tell her to leave or you'll call the police. Heard her screaming in the background. He's destroying my daughter's life. Someone needs to stop him. Security escorted her out, filed a report just in case. Got a text from her dad's phone that night. My wife is hysterical. You need to drop this lawsuit. Whatever you think girlfriend did, it's not worth this. I replied, she defamed me to 50,000 people for money. It's worth it. She's broke. The podcast is dead. You've made your point. My point is made when she publicly admits she lied. You're cruel. I'm honest. Maybe you should have raised a daughter who valued that. Blocked him. Week 14. Court-ordered mediation. We sat in a conference room. Her lawyer, her mom, me, my lawyer. She looked horrible. Dark circles, lost weight, hands shaking. The mediator laid it out. We're here because both parties need to understand the costs of going to trial. Legal fees will exceed 6 figures combined. The stress will be significant. I recommend settlement. Her lawyer, my client, offers $35,000 and a statement of regret on social media. My lawyer, no. Full podcast episode, minimum 20 minutes. Public admission the statements were false and $65,000. Her mom lost it. $65,000. She doesn't have that. Should have thought about that before defaming someone to 50,000 people. She's gonna have to borrow from us, from her retirement. You're destroying her financially. She destroyed his reputation, financially, professionally, socially. Turnabout is fair play. The mediator, what if we compromise? $50,000, podcast retraction with specific language admitting falsehood. My lawyer looked at me. I thought about my coworker who'd asked if I needed Viagra samples. Thought about the wedding I got uninvited from. Thought about 50,000 people hearing I was impotent. $55,000. Full episode retraction. Has to say I made false statements. These were not true. I did not verify them. I apologize. And the podcast shuts down permanently after. You can't make me shut down my podcast. I'm not. But you can't afford to run it without sponsors, and no sponsor will touch you after this. So you can shut it down voluntarily as part of settlement, or watch it die slowly while paying me $55,000. Your choice. They caucused for 40 minutes. Came back. Her lawyer, we accept $55,000. Full retraction episode with that specific language. Podcast ends after the episode airs. She never mentions him publicly again. Papers were drawn up right there. She signed, crying. Her mom called me a monster on the way out. I called my brother that night. Think I did the right thing? She lied about you being impotent to 50,000 people. Then fought you instead of apologizing. Yeah, you did the right thing. The retraction episode posted 2 weeks later, 22 minutes long. Her voice flat and defeated. This is my final episode. I need to address something. In episode 184, I made false statements about my then-boyfriend. I claimed he was impotent. This was not true. I did not verify this claim. I made assumptions and presented them as fact. I caused significant harm. I apologize. This podcast is now permanently ended. Comments flooded in. Wait, you just lied about him? So you tanked your whole podcast because you couldn't fact-check? You deserved this lawsuit. The podcast feed went dark immediately after. Every episode deleted. Her Instagram went private. Her co-hosts went private. My lawyer called. Settlement check cleared. Minus my fees, you're getting $36,500. Final update. 4 months after settlement. Life's back to normal. The $36,500 paid off my car and went into savings. Legal fees were $18,500 total. Expensive, but worth every penny. Heard through the grapevine she had to move back with her parents. Wiped out her savings. She'd spent most of her podcast money on equipment and marketing. Had to liquidate a retirement account to cover the rest. Her parents loaned her $20,000. She's working retail now. Her co-host unfollowed her on everything. The podcast is gone like it never existed. Ran into her mom at a grocery store last week. She saw me, her face went red, and she turned her cart around. Didn't say a word. My coworker who'd asked about Viagra samples approached me last month. Hey man, I heard that podcast thing was all lies. Sorry, I believed it. It's fine. That's why I sued. Worth it? Every penny. Started seeing someone new. Told her about the lawsuit on date 3. She laughed. She lied about you being impotent on a podcast? That's insane. Yeah, good for you for suing. People think they can say whatever they want online. We've been together 2 months. No podcasts. She works in finance. Thinks the whole influencer culture is toxic. My dad asked if I felt bad about the settlement wiping out her savings. That's a lot of money, son. She made false statements about my body to 50,000 people for profit, Dad. Refused to apologize. Fought me every step. I'm supposed to feel bad? He didn't bring it up again. When I learned, people think podcasts don't count as real media. They think it's just friends talking. They forget that 50,000 listeners is bigger reach than most local news stations. She monetized lies about me, refused to admit they were lies, tried to paint herself as the victim when I fought back. Cost her $55,000, her savings, her podcast, her sponsors, her career trajectory. All because she wanted content and didn't think facts mattered. I'm not impotent. Never was. But 50,000 people heard otherwise. At least now there's a public record of her admitting she lied. Worth every penny, worth every stressful phone call, worth every deposition. Some things you don't let slide. Your reputation is one of them. And if someone defames you, sue them, make them prove it. Make them pay. She learned that lesson for $55,000. Hope it was worth the content. My fiancé texted, I shredded your passport because you're too obsessed with work travel. Now you're staying home. I had a flight to my brother's destination wedding in 6 hours. I responded, Noted. Then I went to the emergency passport office, got a new one, and flew out. When I returned 2 weeks later with annulment papers from an attorney I'd met at the wedding, I-33 Mail was closing a deal when the text came through. My wife. Yeah. Married 3 weeks ago in a courthouse ceremony she'd pushed hard for. Should have seen that red flag waving. The photo loaded first. My passport, shredded into confetti, sitting in our kitchen garbage. Then the text. You're not going to your brother's wedding. 2 weeks away from me? No. I shredded your passport. You're staying home where you belong. We need to work on US. My flight was in 6 hours. The wedding started in 4 days. I stared at that photo for maybe 10 seconds. Then something clicked. Crystal clear. This wasn't a tantrum. This was who she was. Had been the whole time. I'd just been too stupid to see it. Typed back, noted. Immediately called my assistant. Need the nearest passport agency that does same-day emergency service. I'll pay whatever it costs. She called back in 3 minutes. Found one downtown. They do emergency passports, but you need proof of imminent international travel. I have my boarding pass. Book me an Uber. Left the office. Didn't even grab my coat. My phone started blowing up. Ignored it. Made it to the passport agency at 2:30 p.m. The clerk looked at my shredded passport photo, my flight confirmation, and my face. Your wife did this? Soon-to-be ex-wife. She actually smiled. Let's get you to that wedding. $400 in fees later, I had a 5 p.m. appointment. They'd have my emergency passport ready by 8 p.m. Flight was 11:30 p.m. Went back to the office. Packed my laptop. My phone showed 31 missed calls, 52 texts. Forwarded all of them to a folder titled Evidence. Got my passport at 8:07 p.m. Took an Uber straight to the airport. Checked in. Grabbed a whiskey at the gate. Finally read her messages. Started with, "Baby, where are you? We need to talk about this like adults." Escalated to, "You're being childish. Marriage means compromise." Then, "If you get on that plane, I'm changing the locks and throwing your stuff out." Final message, "Fine, go. When you come back, you'll see what happens when you choose your family over your wife." I replied while boarding, "See you in 2 weeks. Maybe." Blocked her number, ordered another whiskey. First time I'd breathed properly in weeks. Update 1. The wedding. The wedding was incredible. Beach ceremony, sunset, my brother marrying the love of his life. Everything a wedding should be. Day 2. I told my parents what happened. Showed them the texts, the passport shreds. My mom went silent. That scary mom silent. My dad said, "You're annulling this today." I know. 3 weeks married and she's destroying federal documents? Son, that's not a wife, that's a warden. My brother found me at the beach bar that night. "Dude, I have to be honest, I never liked her." "Why didn't you say something? Would you have listened?" "Probably not." She gave me weird vibes, super intense. Asked me 3 times if you were really committed to our family or just pretending. She what? Yeah, at your wedding, like she was checking if you'd pick her over us. That explains so much. That night I met another wedding guest at the bar. Turned out she's a family law attorney. We got talking. I explained my situation. She listened, sipped her wine, then said, "You have grounds for annulment, easy ones. 3 weeks? Fraud, coercion, destruction of property to control behavior. Any judge would grant it. How fast? I practice in your state. Just moved there 6 months ago. If you're serious, I can file the paperwork the day we get back. You could be legally single in 6 weeks. I'm serious. Good. Bring me everything. Every text, every threat, that passport photo, will bury her." Spent the rest of the trip actually enjoying myself. My brother noticed, "You look different." "I'm getting out, I have a lawyer." Thank God, that passport thing, unhinged behavior. We flew back 2 weeks later. I'd gotten maybe 3 texts from her the whole time, sent from random numbers since I'd blocked her. "You need to come home, we need to talk. I'm sorry, I overreacted. Please, you're making a huge mistake." Landed Sunday evening. Took an Uber to our apartment. Her car was there, used my key, still worked. So much for changing the locks. Walked in, she was on the couch in a tight dress, makeup perfect, hair done, the whole production. "Welcome home, baby." Jumped up, tried to hug me. I stepped back. "No." "What? Baby, I missed you. Look, I made dinner, your favorite. Can we just—" "I'm filing for annulment tomorrow. I met with an attorney at the wedding." The smile died. "What? Annulment? 3 weeks of marriage. You destroyed my passport to control my behavior. That's fraud and coercion. We're done." "You can't." That was a mistake. I was upset. A mistake is forgetting to buy milk. You committed a federal crime. It's my passport too. We're married. That's not how passports work, and we won't be married much longer. Her face shifted. Sweet to confused to furious in seconds. You're really doing this? Over a passport? Over you showing me exactly who you are. Someone who destroys things to control people. That doesn't get better. It gets worse. We can fix this. Therapy. I'll change. Nope. I walked to the bedroom, started packing. She followed. Where are you going? Hotel. Then my parents' place. You can have the apartment. You're on the lease. I added you last month. I stopped. Did you forge my signature? Her face gave it away. Cool. Adding that to the paperwork. Kept packing. She started crying. Real tears this time. Please, I love you. I just got scared. You travel so much and I thought if you controlled me, I'd stay. That's not love. That's hostage taking. I quit my job for you. That was news. When? Last week. I thought we'd start a family. I never asked you to quit, never discussed starting a family. You made that choice. You owe me. I owe you nothing. Finished packing, grabbed my suitcase. She blocked the door. Move. No, we're going to talk about this. Move or I call the cops. She moved, barely. I walked out. She followed me down the hallway, crying, begging, promising everything. Got in my Uber. She banged on the window. You'll regret this. Everyone will know what you did. The Uber driver looked at me. Ex-wife? Current wife? For about 6 more weeks. Dang. Good luck, man. Checked into a hotel, called my attorney. File first thing tomorrow. I want this done. You got it. Bring everything. Best night's sleep I'd had in months. Update 2. Filed the annulment papers Monday morning. My attorney was brutal and efficient. This is one of the clearest fraud cases I've seen. She destroyed federal documents, forged your signature on a lease, made threats. You're golden. She got served Wednesday at the apartment. Thursday morning, 6:47 a.m., my hotel phone rang. Mr. Last name, there's a woman in our lobby claiming to be your wife. She's demanding access to your room. We've asked her to leave. She's refusing. Went downstairs in my bathrobe. She was there, makeup smeared in yesterday's clothes, causing a scene. You can't just leave me. She screamed when she saw me. Hotel security was already positioned nearby. Ma'am, you need to leave, the guard said. I'm his wife. We're married. He can't just... I can, and I did. Leave. I quit my job for you. You owe me. You quit your job without asking me. That's on you. She tried to lunge at me. Security caught her. She was escorted out, screaming about lawyers and how I'd ruined her life. I went back to my room, filed a police report, called my attorney. She showed up at my hotel. Security removed her. Want me to send you the incident report? Absolutely. This helps immensely. That afternoon, the voicemail started. Her mom, how dare you abandon my daughter? She gave up everything for you. Her sister, you manipulated her into marriage and now you're throwing her away like trash. Her best friend, she told me you pushed her. I'm reporting you. That last one made my blood run cold. False DV accusation. My life could be over with one lie. Called my attorney immediately. She's threatening to claim domestic violence. Did she file a report? Not yet. She won't. She has no evidence. You have hotel security footage showing her attacking you. Don't engage. Friday, I went to get more of my stuff from the apartment, brought my brother as a witness. She wasn't there. We packed fast. As we loaded the last box, she pulled up, jumped out of her car. What the hell are you doing? Getting my things. Those are ours. These are my clothes, my electronics, my books. You can keep everything else. Started pulling things out of boxes. No, you can't leave me with nothing. My brother stepped between us. Lady, back off. This is between me and my husband. Soon-to-be ex-husband, I corrected. She turned to me. You told your family? You embarrassed me to everyone. You embarrassed yourself. I just documented it. We loaded the car. She followed us down, screaming. Neighbors were recording on their phones. Great. Got to my parents' house. Work my mom had made up my old room. You're doing the right thing, she said. Didn't feel like it. Felt like I was nuking my life over a passport. But I knew it wasn't about the passport. It was about what the passport represented. That weekend, my attorney called. She's contesting the annulment. Of course. Her lawyer's claiming you lured her into marriage with promises of financial support, then abandoned her when she'd sacrificed everything for you. I didn't even know she quit until she told me. I know, we have evidence, but she's dragging this out. How long? Maybe 3 months. She thinks she'll give up and pay her off to make it go away. Not happening. Good. That's what I wanted to hear. The next week was chaos. She called my office claiming I'd stolen money from her. HR investigated, found nothing, issued her a cease and desist. She showed up at my parents' house at 1:30 a.m., drunk, pounding on the door. My dad called the cops. They removed her. I filed for a restraining order. She contested it. At the hearing, she claimed I was withholding financial support and alienating her from her family. The judge looked at the evidence. The passport, the hotel incident, the 1 a.m. drunk visit. Restraining order granted, 500 feet, 1 year, no contact except through attorneys. She sobbed. Her mom yelled at the judge. Both were escorted out by bailiffs. My attorney smiled. That just made the annulment a slam dunk. Update 3. Final. The annulment hearing was 8 weeks after I got back from the wedding. I wore a suit. She wore white, a white dress. To our annulment hearing, her attorney went first. Claimed I'd seduced her into marriage under false pretenses, promised to provide for her, then cruelly abandoned her when she'd sacrificed her career. My attorney stood up. Submitted. The timeline showing we dated 6 months before she pushed for immediate courthouse wedding. My financial records showing I never promised support. Her employment records showing she quit after I left for the wedding, not before. The passport destruction photo with timestamp. All 52 threatening texts. The hotel security footage of her attacking me. The police report from the 1 a.m. drunk visit. The forged lease signature. The judge reviewed everything. Looked at her. Ma'am, you destroyed your husband's federal document to prevent him from attending his brother's wedding. Is that correct? I was scared of losing him. So you committed a federal crime to control his behavior? Silence. You then threatened him, forged his signature on a lease, showed up at his hotel and attacked him, appeared at his parents' home intoxicated at 1:30 a.m., and violated workplace boundaries by contacting his employer with false accusations. He abandoned me. He left a 3-week marriage to someone who destroyed his property. That's not abandonment, that's self-preservation. The gavel came down. Annulment granted. This marriage is void ab initio, from the beginning, as if it never existed. Her attorney tried to argue about compensation. The judge shut it down. 3 weeks, no commingled assets, no joint property, no children. Your client has no standing. We're done here. Outside the courthouse, she tried to approach me. The bailiff blocked her. Restraining order, ma'am. She started screaming. You'll regret this. You think you won? Everyone will know what you are. My attorney walked me to my car. Congratulations, you're legally single. Like you never got married. Just like that. Just like that. I drove to my brother's place. He'd just gotten back from his honeymoon. It's over, I said. Hell yeah, it is. Beer? Beer. That was 3 months ago. Life now? Quiet, good quiet. Got my own apartment, different building, fresh start. Work's going well, got promoted actually. Turned out my boss appreciated me handling my personal crisis without making it the office's problem. My ex tried contacting me through mutual friends. They shut it down. Most of them had seen the court documents by then. Hard to play victim when there's photographic evidence of you shredding someone's passport. Heard through the grapevine she moved back with her parents, telling everyone I used her for 3 weeks, then threw her away when she wanted commitment. Her friends believe her. Don't care. Anyone who knows me knows the truth. Been on a few dates, taking it extremely slow. When they ask about past relationships, I'm honest. Got married way too fast to someone who turned out to be controlling. Got it annulled. Learned my lesson hard. Most women appreciate the honesty. One asked if I was emotionally available for a real relationship. Not yet. Maybe in 6 months, maybe a year. She respected that. We're still talking. My attorney and I grab coffee sometimes. She's become a legitimate friend. You're my favorite client, she told me last week. Because I paid on time? Because you got out fast. Most people waste years convincing themselves it'll get better. You saw the red flags and ran. I wasted 3 weeks. Still 3 weeks too long. But could have been years. Could have been kids. Could have been a messy divorce with asset division and alimony. Instead, legally, it never happened. The annulment wiped it from existence. Emotionally, I'll be cautious about marriage for a while. That's okay. Better cautious than trapped. What I learned: when someone destroys your property to control your behavior, believe them the first time. Document everything. Screenshots and photos saved my life. $400 for an emergency passport was the best investment I ever made. Getting married fast because someone's pushing for it is never a good sign. If your family doesn't like your partner, listen to them. My brother jokes that his wedding saved my life. Maybe it did. If she hadn't shredded that passport, I might have stayed longer. Might have convinced myself it was normal newlywed stuff. Instead, she showed me exactly who she was in one moment, and I believed her. To anyone in a similar spot, if someone tries to control you through threats, destruction of property, or emotional manipulation, leave. It doesn't get better, it escalates. I almost missed my brother's wedding because I married someone who thought love meant ownership. Instead, I made the wedding, met a good attorney, and got myself out clean. 3 weeks married. Void annulment, like it never happened. Best outcome possible. The aftermath. My ex apparently tried dating her backup guy, some dude from her gym she'd mentioned a few times. He Googled her, found the court documents, public record, and noped out. She blamed me for that too. Her mom sent my mom a letter calling me cruel and heartless. My mom sent it back with, "Your daughter shredded his passport," written across it in Sharpie. Her sister tried adding me on LinkedIn. Blocked. Last I heard, she got a new job. Good for her. Hope she's getting therapy. As for me, I'm good. Really good. Got my promotion, got my own place, got my life back. And I never have to worry about someone shredding my documents to control me again. Worth every penny of legal fees.